What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV, and I don't know if y'all saw this the other day. A lot of y'all probably saw it by now. T.I. had to hem up and choke up his little son King, right? They were at the Atlanta Falcons game, and it was a little. First, it was like seemed like a little friendly conversation, friendly, but about like how King was acting like he grew up hood, like he grew up like in a similar way that Tip and Tiny grew up, right? Or Tip in particular, for real, right? And so they in there correcting him like, yo, have you ever had roaches crawl on your face, roaches crawl on your ear? You ain't never had that life of struggle, that we had, right? And King is swearing up and down that he lived a certain life of struggle because he didn't live in a house with them. He lived with his grandma, etc., etc. Tip like, no, you live with your grandmama. Your grandmama had you sucking on the pacifier for the longest of time, right? So knock it off. King is in there trying to strongly disagree. And then he starts getting disrespectful. He started taking it up a notch. He started telling his daddy, stop capping. You cap. You cap. I know you. I know you. You capping. Basically acting like Tip ain't like that, right? Getting way out of pocket. Then Tip had to choke him up like Homer Simpson used to choke up Bart Simpson by the goddamn neck on a cartoon. And I'm like, yeah, get his little ass. See, this is the thing, man. King, he want to be like Tip when Tip was younger. He want to be younger Tip so bad. And the problem with this is he's disqualified from doing so because everybody knows he's lived a life of affluence. And look, why you mad that your parents, your father and your mother gave you a better life? A lot of these kids that's, celebrity kids, or even not even just celebrity kids that came from affluence, they want to be from the struggle because they feel like that's the only way to identify with being cool, to be accepted. I always tell people too, the black experience does not only indicate struggle. The black struggle in the black experience isn't just all like that. Doesn't make you black. It's a lot of people that's black as hell that live middle class life. You know what I mean? And still got the core of black culture rooted in them. They not, they not like super distanced away from the black culture or nothing. But King, he feel like that's the only way he could be cool and he can really be accepted. So he trying to live and bask in that. When that really, he don't gotta do that. He just wanna be a badass little kid. But you ain't hood and you ain't street. And that's his problem, right? Sitting here telling his daddy, I stand on business. I stand on business. I know you. That's some shit that you say to a stranger in the street when you feel like you didn't pull their card. When you feel like you unveiling their mask and letting the world see them for who they really are. Talking about, I know you. That's some street shit. You trying to talk tough to a person. That ain't no shit you say to your daddy, right? So I saw that. I said, oh, nah, his ass losing his mind. For real, for real. But yeah, he want to be a street dude because he feel like, hey, if I don't act like or talk like I live the life of struggle, if I don't not own up to it, but if I don't portray that I live the life of struggle, people gonna look at me funny. They gonna look at me like, oh, anytime I try to wild out, they ain't gonna think it's authentic. So he thinking in order to be authentic, he gotta talk about all this. You was acting like you was just in a life of struggle, bro. You got anything you ever wanted in your life, right? A lot of things, and that's the thing that a lot of people, a lot of black kids, really, really want growing up. Not everything you ever want, but he got everything he needed, and a lot of the shit he wanted. Maybe not everything he wanted, but everything he needed, and a lot of the stuff that he wanted. And a lot of people that come from hood and struggle, they wanted that for real, wanted that, but he trying to shun it away. Bro, you trying to be your daddy's girlfriend in the ATL movie. He want to be like Nunu, a kid that grew up in affluence, but want to be in the hood to try to get like this little pass or this pass to act street, this pass to act tough, this pass to be, ultimately accepted. Bro, you're going to be accepted being yourself. You know what I mean? And this is the thing with King. King always been the like wild, trouble one, always want to get in trouble, feel like he got to validate himself by being extra tough, etc. Right? And Tip is, y'all know Tip, one of my favorite rappers. But part of this is Tip fault for real. I remember like a year ago, and I made a video about it. King in the dang on diner, he in the Waffle House or something, right? He getting into an argument with the Waffle House worker, disrespecting the Waffle House worker, talking about basically, I got more money than you make in my pocket right now. I got more money than you make in your pocket right now. Being extra disrespectful, right? And I'm like, hell no. That shit ain't cool. First of all, you got more money than that woman got right now because of your daddy and your mama. That's why you got more money than her. Don't act like you just this ultimate supreme hustler and you built the empire on your own. First of all, second of all, I don't care if he did have more money in his pocket on his own merits. You don't down or belittle nobody because of because of your financial status. And when that happened, when that story came out of him, when that video came out of him disrespecting a woman that worked in Waffle House, Tip come out and was like, I told King about, don't argue with people. Basically, Tip was saying, like, don't argue with people that's beneath you. Don't argue with people that ain't on your level, etc. And I thought that was some bullshit. Because you teaching your son the wrong ethics, the wrong values, the wrong morals to have. Just because you have more money than a person don't mean you better than them. Everybody in this world got a job to do. We like eating at these restaurants, right? Somebody got to work there. Somebody got to make their living. Respect the people who serving you at these restaurants and these places these establishments we want to visit all the time. Teach your son to respect people no matter what their financial income is. Teach him to value everybody and not to be disrespectful to folks because you just think you got more influence and y'all, you may not like your order, I don't know. But tell him to be way more respectful than that. Tip in there enabling him by basically saying don't argue with people who ain't on your level. And I'm like, bro, that's some bullshit. So now, and I'm not saying he never chastised King, because I'm sure he has, but a lot of times King then did some bullshit and then he come out, hey, don't worry about how I'm basically telling the world, don't worry about what he got going on over here, and defending his son on every angle, not every angle, but a lot of angles sometimes, right? And in that situation, you enabling your boy. So now your boy has become rotten. He starts smelling himself, feeling himself too fucking much. And now the disrespect has turned to you. Cursing and shit. You don't be cussing when you talking in the direction of your parent. I don't give a fuck how grown you are. I don't play that. I wasn't raised like that. I'm not gonna be cursing at my parent or cursing when I'm talking about my parents while my parents sitting right there. That's crazy, right? The Bible say, honor thy mother and father, and your days will be long, right? Acting wild like this, your days will be short for real. But again, he been out of pocket for a while, and it was times I'm sure Tip has disciplined him, but it was times he did some wild shit, and everybody like, yo, now Tip probably didn't want to discipline him to the public, but again, that time in the Waffle House, I know Tip enabled that boy and made him cover for him and act like everything was okay. Don't argue with people that ain't on the same level as you. What the fuck is that? And see, now you got him bucking up at you. Now you got to tighten his ass up before y'all get ready to go on the field out there at the Atlanta Falcons game. All that silly stuff. And all that could have, they didn't even have to go down like that. But see, now you got to choke the shit out your son like Homer Simpson did Bart Simpson, because now he acting a damn fool. Acting a fool. And want to be something that he not, want to live a certain life that he don't got to live. Because he think that's the only way for him to be validated as cool. And I always say this, young black kids, being street, being tough as hell, that ain't the only way you can be cool in this world. It's a lot of cool ass people, particularly cool people from Atlanta that King probably has seen around. Outkast, Andre 3000, Big Boy, people from Goody Mob. There's a lot of other people, Killer Mike and them, that don't display being tough as being a stand-up individual. Being tough, like being street, ain't the same thing as being a stand-up individual. But again, I think King is wanting to live in that image. He wanted to be Tip when he was young, but he disqualified from doing it because, brother, you grew up under the King's disease, man. Look, your parents was affluent, and now you trying to rebel against all of this. And I can't say that, all of it is just bad parenting, because Tip's other children ain't like that. King, Damani, Messiah, Major, Eris, Neek, them, they ain't wilding out either. Them, they not doing that. King, the one that's trying to be the rebel and trying to be over the top. Did I bring up Deja? I don't see, maybe y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, his daughter Deja. I don't think she be out here wilding or whatever. But yeah, King wanna be, I stand on business. Telling your parents you stand on business and I know you like they some motherfucker on the street. You out your mind, bro. My mom would have reached over there and slapped the shit out of that boy. And bust him in the head. My father would have whooped his ass, bust off him right there in the place. And my father is 67 years old. You feel me? He ain't playing like that. So yeah, he playing them games like that. And you play stupid games, you get stupid prizes. Get choked up and yoked up before we go on this field. And Tip walking out like ain't a goddamn happened. That's what black parents do. They'll yoke your ass up and then walk out the house or walk out to where they gotta go like ain't nothing happened. And continue on with their goddamn day, as they should, right? But he needs to honor and respect your parents, man, for real. Machiavelli Mills TV, I'm out. Peace.